Hello, it's Kim. As you can see, I'm back in my car. It is October 29th. We are getting ready for Samhain if you celebrate. And we are also, Halloween. I just had my launch, so pictures will be coming out, I'm sure, and that sort of thing. It went really well if you were not there, um, I think it went well anyway. Or tell me otherwise. Um, my parents say it went well. I'm like, okay, that's the ticket, right? When your mother throws a ninja star and your dad is happy doing axe throwing, and your friend is like making them participate. Go Brian. He made my parents participate. That's all I gotta say. I mean, it sort of says it all. Okay, it does. All right. So we're gonna use the same ones as last week, I believe. The Twilight Realm Tarot Fairy. And then also Witch's Kitchen. And I think it still works. If it didn't, I would be like, oh, let me get out of the car and go up steps and stuff, like you do for other cards. But I think that these are right. I looked through I pre-sorted. I'm like, yeah, okay. So we're gonna start with the Twilight Realm. And I'm going to do my best to actually, read their stuff. Usually I go off the cuff. I'm like, no, that's not right. The Ace of Cups is this. Well, we had a sprawl of cups, shall we say. And I mean, I cut the deck, I did all the things. I didn't shuffle the same way because I shuffled the other one way. I did this one different. I cut the cards versus like you do like I wanted to say Sabbath because I'm all into Star Wars today. You can tell what type of conversations I've been having. Um, like poker, right? Like not Star Wars card games that don't exist. Okay. So anyway, the deck was cut. It's getting a lot of glare, sorry. They're very shiny, aren't they? My glasses do. Oh, well, life goes on. The Ace of Cups. Usually this is like the soulmate card almost. Like some will say, like, oh, the Two of Cups is a soulmate card. That's true. But like the Ace of Cups to me is like like a good luck. Like you're like, yeah, everything's going right. Okay. And we start there. All right. So they're saying spiritual and emotional benefits, happiness, good news. Exactly. And you can believe it or not, but I celebrate the new year. My year starts October 31st. So, to start the year, this is a great card. And even if you like celebrate January 1st, right? It still means like it's a great beginning to the autumn into winter season. So take that as it is. It is an emotion card. It's very much a love card. And love doesn't have to be romance. It can be all sorts of things, right? I mean, like friendship, all right? But like something like familial, something close to us, even pets, right? So that is going on happiness. The Ace of Cups is represented by a pure white lotus blossom, a symbol of spiritual sacredness. This card signifies new beginnings of a spiritual or emotional nature. Now is the time to relax in the love and comfort of those who understand and support you. The Ace of Cups may indicate the meeting of new friends or perhaps a special get together of our old ones. In this case, the cup is full and abundance pours from it. Basic necessities are easily taken care of, and even more gifts appear seemingly out of nowhere. The ace signifies new phases of development and high energy level to make anything possible. I would say absolutely. It is like a replenishment, a renewal. Okay. So if you don't want to think of it as like a gift or that sort of thing, or good for New Year, it's like a renewal. You sort of feel it in your bones and your muscles. And you're like, I have to take it to get to the end of the year or to get to the next year, or whatever your time frame is. Okay. So take that as energy, love, um, passion, like passion in like not necessarily like the romantic sense, but passion like in my writing right sense, like new beginnings, new projects, new that sort of stuff. Okay. Expect good tidings and happiness, it says. Every time you turn around, the universe is giving you a precious gift. and share with others freely. And like that idea of generosity is always a great one, and it usually isn't mentioned in the booklets, but I love the idea that it is. Like you are getting the luck, the fun, the blessings, or whatever you want to call it, and then you also pass it on and create it for somebody else. I mean, like that's very real and very, very necessary. Our next one of our cup spread is the Five of Cups. Um, I don't believe it. Okay. So it says sorrow, lament, sacrifice, deceit, disillusionment. Okay. So I think we pulled this card last week, but I, again, don't really take it as that. I think it's a more like a casual warning, bit of a shadow side to this bliss that is being expected as the ace. It's sort of like take it with, just a little bit of, something could happen. So prepare, always prepare and, watch what happens. I have had emotional upheaval in the last week. I admit it. It was rough. Like if I had to pick a day that I was going to have like a major breakdown, that would have been like last week. My friends sort of talked me down, and some of them talked me over. Um, Sometimes things don't help when you just add to it. So this is the female water sprite that could acquire a soul by marrying a human being. If, however, her lover proved unfaithful, the Undine had to return to the sea. Many tales have been written about a specific water sprite named Undine. I'm probably misspelling it or mispronouncing it. It's Undine, Undine, whose lover betrayed her only to die himself with one last kiss from the water sprite. This card depicts Undine as she emerges from the waterfall into the exotic realm of human beings. At this point, she's encountering new realms. Everything to her is enchanting and exciting. She has left behind her previous life, yearning for something more, yet it'll only be a matter of time before world of delusions her as well. So, like, there's a shadow side of this, right? You know, there is like this illusion. Things are new and, shiny, right? But they break too, just as much as what we had before. So I think the warning that we might want to call it, if it's a warning, is to look at ourselves and see if there's a pattern. Like I have a way of seeing what I want to. You could call it that, but I call it I see things the way it could be or should be. And then I try to make things that way. Well, sometimes things aren't that way, and it is a illusion, and I get hurt. Like you can only change the world a little bit, and it's easy to be tricked or fooled by yourself. And other people aren't necessarily like leading you on. It's usually us. So this is the caveat is just know that little bit of warning. If it tickles like, oh, this might not be as good as it seems. Okay. Well, it's up to you. You decide. It's your decision. And you can always say that card, no, I do not accept you. And I'm probably gonna say that for myself. I don't accept you this week because last week I took it and it was accurate. But like I've learned my lesson. I trust to a certain extent, a certain extent, I can't even say it. I can trust, but there's always like a limit, and it depends who you trust. I had some problems. I don't actually work, right? But I had problems volunteering where I thought I had more, not even status, just like I thought I meant more. Like my skills meant more. And they were lumped with everyone else's and discarded. And they pretty much said, well, I don't really need you, but you can be here because you work, So I was distraught. And that, of course, is the most generic, explanation of what happened. But it was rough. It was a misunderstanding, I think. I hope. Um, and what do you do going forward? I mean, like, that's my week. I have to meet up with these people again and be like, hey, I didn't just have a meltdown and a breakdown because of you. So I'm rejecting that card. No drama. Queen of Cups knows her stuff. And yeah, there's some drama. But Queen of Cups is the ruler of emotion, right? She also is very much in touch with the moon and you're in an eclipse, I believe. I should really like pay attention. Um, she's we got her last week. I think it was actually inverted last week. She's upright. She lives a life of luxury and forgoes the use of common sense with financial matters. It's the one that I took, I was like last week, I was like, no, no. Um, sure, why not? Watch your finances. Um, I've spent more than I should. It's true. She has the soul of an artist with a great love for peace and harmony. The queen shapes her world to correspond in the way she feels it should be. Therefore, much of what she chooses to see is based on illusion. Now, that is what we were being warned against if you did take the card. Be warned against our own illusions. And the thing is, we can still make our kingdoms. We just have to back them up. Okay, so make sure you have your facts, make sure you're ready to go, all that sort of stuff. We can make and build our lives. And it doesn't have to be illusion. We can believe in ourselves enough and we can make things happen within the world, within ourselves, everything. We just have to, have facts. We have to make sure, it talks about finances, make sure the finances are there, and then go for our dreams. And sometimes we have to leap. Um, that's illusion, right? You could call it that or delusion. But sometimes you just have to leap. You have to be like, well, I only have $5, but I have to get on that bus because I have to write that, that poem, blah, 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 right? Sometimes like we're called to do something and maybe it's folly, but maybe that's how we learn and maybe that's how we go beyond and we leap and we go forward and we leap again and it's these people call them leaps of faith and in some ways yes you could use faith but in some ways I believe it is intuition and we go it is time and we know when we have to throw the dice right and like see if we win but that ace of cups says we do so that's my story. Okay. Now, the kitchen, excuse me, the witch's kitchen. I'm like backwards. The first one we got is hemp. And I'm not gonna read their little like enchantment poem thing. I don't like it. Sorry. I don't think it's useful. And it's really bad poetry. Sorry. You have to write your spells right. Just so you know, if you get this deck, Kim does not approve. But I don't approve a lot of poetry. All right, this is hemp. Um, expansion. Okay. You've been courting controversy, although what you're standing for is right. If only others could see the point of view you're making. Thinking outside of the box or looking at the bigger picture is the only way forward. Although looking at a situation from another's viewpoint will help you understand the approach and attitude of others at this time. See, that's that backup, right? Those are those facts that you need so that you can build what you want, even if it's illusion. My good reputation is often disputed, even though I've been for textiles and rope for thousands of years. Nowadays, my flowers and seeds are used in health foods, organic body care, and other nutraceuticals. I don't know. I can't pronounce it. Nutraceuticals. And I'm loved by vegans for my natural protein benefits and essential fatty acids. I didn't know that. I might need it. Time to keep an open mind when I appear. Although my THC levels will not affect you like my cousin cannabis, my family holds the secrets of the universe to expand your consciousness. And they call it hemp revealed. Hemp is one of the first plants domesticated by humans. Buddha survived in the wild eating only hemp seeds. Herodotus spoke of inhabitants of Scythia inhaling hemp seed smoke for ritual and personal recreation. It is said that George Washington smoked hemp and used it to treat his chronic toothaches. Okay, so take that as you will. But I think that that is very much backing up the idea of, like getting the facts or whatever you want so that you're not building with illusion. It's not really illusion. Like you're making it real if it is an illusion, I don't know how to say that, where you make the daydream real. Like you see like in movies where the shadow and then it becomes the actual person. Well, sort of like what we're doing with our manifestations. All right, this is seaweed. I've never pulled this card, so I think it's cool. It's prediction. I thought it was protection. Totally like, no, it's prediction. Now, this one I am going to read because it's different. Oceans abound with the magic of sea. Chaos of storms rules your destiny. While forecast the weather, set sail begin. Your future awaits the sea witch within. This magic is worked with harm to none. So mote it be, there it is done. All right, and it says seaweed's guidance. A little weather magic is on the cards when you hang me outside your door, for I can predict what is to come. You desire to know the future has been bubbling under the surface as your prophetic potential lays dormant, waiting to be discovered. Your natural, oh, who knows, augury abilities will soon rise, and scrying into a pool of water will become your favorite witchy pastime. As you unite with the Undines. It came back. Sorry, that was like it came back. The Unite. With the Undines, the elemental spirits of water focus on moon lore and the chaotic forces of nature connecting to the sea witch within. Using not magic within enable you to control and generate the winds that will blow you right on course. So dive in deeply to retrieve your lost treasure that is your birthright. I will support you as you sail towards the horizon and your destiny. I did not plan this. I think it's brilliant that that both lores came together. All right, their seaweed revealed. Scottish kelpies are covered in seaweed, and when they turn to humans, they still have seaweed in their hair. Seaweed has been used medicinally by Chinese royalty 2700 BC and 961 BC Iceland. It was part of the staple diet of sea vegetables. The ancient Hawaiians grew kelp gardens with over 70 species of medicinal and ceremonial purposes. And there you have it. I really love that. Sorry. All right. The next one is time. I missed my place. I was like a little too excited. That's what happens. Right. So this is time. And I think that this is a good one to end on. Courage. No matter where we're going in life, we need courage to go forward and to move forward. I mean, that's just the way it is. Even if your life is perfect, you still have to make it to the next day. You still have to make it to the next week. I mean, like it's ongoing. It's like you want to call it some type of crisis or something of that nature, but um, it is a destiny, right? You have to just keep going, and sometimes it's difficult, no matter how good it is. You hear about people who have perfect lives, right, or seemingly perfect lives, and they have, issues. So a variety of times. I'm not even gonna like name what issues because who knows? There's stuff. So on that level, we all have to have courage, okay? Courage. So the resistance is futile as you walk the witch's solitary path of no return. Once magic is born within, it can never die. I will support you as you step out of the witchy broom closet and declare to the world who you really are. It's time to burn brightly as you commit to your magical path, no matter the opinions of others. Know that you are safe as you massaged in my oil, as the warriors of old did to induce courage needed for battle. As you face challenges head on, I will reinforce your bravery and strength. Add me to your bathwater, or sew me to undergarments to increase vigor. Weave me into your hair to enhance allurement as you face the world. Plucky determination is what's required as you stand up to adversity, fight for your rights, and become the hero of your own story. And that, my friends, is the story that we all need to tell ourselves. Become our own hero. And I'm going to say, if you can, if you can't be the hero for somebody else, at least reach out a hand and, like give them a hug or, shake their hand or something. Okay. Because the only way that we're going to get through life or everything else is if we band together and we hold space for each other and we hold each other tightly and dearly and know each other. If you know someone, it's much less likely for you to fight them to death, right? You might like have spats or you might stomp off and not talk to them or whatever. Yes. Okay, yes. And you might cut them off, yes. But murder is probably not going to happen, right? So I believe that if we can all know each other, life might be a little bit better. I'm not saying it'll save everything, okay? I'm not there. I'm not that illusional or delusional yet, but it's a start. So be your own hero, okay? As this time revealed, time was used as a perfume in Greek temples. European folklore speaks of how to find fairies in patches of wild thyme. Used thyme oil enabled a seer to fairies at fairy hills. Ladies in the medieval times wore scarves embroidered with bee and thyme. Okay, well, I want to wish you, as it darkens, a wonderful, wonderful Samhain if you celebrate. If you do not have a happy Halloween, if you do not celebrate happy Halloween, I would like to say what's wrong with you, but I know there's people that don't believe in Halloween or don't celebrate it and aren't in our country and like so many different reasons, right? So happy, whatever you celebrate on Tuesday, happy, be happy, enjoy some candy. Yeah, that's what I say. I have to figure out my own rituals. We'll see what happens. I'm sure you get pictures. Take good care. So it is.